how did you prepare Tara for returning to the franchise after 13 years? Did you go back to watch the original films, and did you feel it best to keep a distance between the character and come back to her fresh?
No, I mean, when you play a character, you never forget a character. Like, we made Vickie up from the beginning, you know, from the very beginning. So I know this character better than anyone.
Yeah.
You know, and I played her for 13 years. So going back to her was just, you know, now you're just playing the same character, but older and wiser.
Yeah.
And that's what I did with her.
For the original movie, you were 24 years of age and you were playing a schoolgirl. What was it tough at the time to tap into the mind of someone who was still in school? And has the character changed much over the last 13 years?
Oh, yeah. I mean, now she's a career girl. She's living in New York City. I mean, she's very much like Carrie Bradshaw in Sex and the City. You know, I mean, she's, you know, doing her own thing. She's very successful. She's very happy. You know, she comes back to our high school reunion to see everyone again, runs into our first love, and, you know, goes back down in memory lane, but, you know, is very happy in her life right now.
Yeah. You were in American Pie 1 and 2. You weren't in American Pie 3 for the wedding. What was your original reaction when you heard about the reunion film? Were you excited? And did you wait and see who was signing up for it? Or
well, no, because in the reunion film, I knew that the only way they could make a reunion is if everyone came back from the first one.
Yeah.
And then once I read the script that John and Hayden made, it's so good. They really, I think this is the best sequel out of all of them because it really attaches you back to the first one. I think they really did a great job writing it and directing it, and they're awesome to work with. It
does feel more like a sequel to the first movie rather than to the following two.
Yeah, I agree with you.
The first 3 movies all made over $200 million each at the global box office. Were you surprised by the initial success when you originally started
the movie?
We had
no idea that the movie was going to turn out to be what it was. I mean, when we were making the first one, we were just making a high school, you know, comedy. And then it just became this huge phenomenon. And now we're here 13 years later making another high school reunion about American Pie, which is just incredible.
You're quite lucky to have been part of a number of cult films over the years. Apart from American Pie, you've been in the likes of Cruel Intentions and Van Wilder, but they all pale in comparison to The Big Lebowski. Which do you get recognized for most, or which do you get the most catchphrases shouted at? Did you get American Pie or Lebowski?
I mean, I think the most recognized about American Pie, but the biggest hardcore fans are from The Big Lebowski.
Okay. Do you ever do sort of fan conventions or whatnot that you'd ever appear at? Or
there's been, every year they have a Lebowski Fest,
you
know, but I've never been able to make it because every time I'm working and I've always wanted to go.
Cool.
But, yeah.
You did make a spoof trailer online for The Big
I
Lebowski
did,
too. How did that come about?
We just thought it would be a good idea because there was talks about that they were going to make The Big Lebowski 2, but it was never going to happen. It was a joke. So when they made that, we decided that we would make The Big Lebowski 2 as a joke, and I would play all the characters in it and, like, you know, recreate some of the scenes.
Yeah.
So it was just really fun making it.
Okay. You've been acting from quite a young age. You appeared in a spin-off of the classic Saved by the Bell when you were younger, and at the age of 12 you were in Hollywood movies, starting with A Return to Salem's Lot. How did you get into the world of acting at such a young age? Did you do acting classes, and was it a passion of yours from when you were younger?
I started when I was really young. It's something that I've always loved. I remember watching Drew Barrymore in E.T. and wanting to do that.
Yeah.
You know, I just thought that was amazing. And then, you know, I just started, I actually was in a shop in New Jersey and with my parents shopping, and with my mother and my brother in the mall. We were in the food court. And my mom was getting us pizza, and I was sitting with my brother, and we were like teasing each other, and this talent manager happened to be there, just walking by. And then she said to my mom, you know, I'm a talent manager for, you know, children, and, you know, your daughter should be in commercials and this and that. And so we tried something, and I wound up getting it, and then just started working from there.
And it worked out.
Yeah.
And like Drew Barrymore, you have yourself produced in the past. I think you worked with your brother in directing a film. How do you find working on the other side of the camera? Is something that you like?
It's amazing putting a project together. It's really fun. I mean, when you really produce something and put something together, it gives you a whole different perspective on everything, you know. And then it's really, you get the idea, you get the concept, you get the writer, you get the script, then you act it and you put it together. It's a massive project.
Quite recently, over this side of the water, you did the Big Brother show. How did it feel to do something like that that's in the public eye for 24/7? Did you enjoy the
It was definitely intense, you know, but the best thing that came out of that, you know, was me meeting John and Edward.
Sure.
I gained like 2 little brothers from that show, so.
Do you have? I know everything you read on the internet probably isn't true, but do you have twins in your family as well? Or your
Yeah, I do. My little brother and sister are twins.
Okay, so that obviously helped them with the connection with the Jedward boys.
Well, yeah, but they're a boy and girl. My brother and sister. John and Ed are totally different.
And you keep in touch with the Jedward boys?
Yeah, they're coming tonight to the premiere.
Oh, cool. Okay,
yeah,
that should be fun.
Yeah, definitely.
So just to wrap up, with a name like Reid, there's obviously some Irish or Scottish heritage
my
in there.
My dad's ancestors are from here.
Okay, have you been to Ireland before?
No, this is my first time, so I'm really excited
You get to spend a bit of time, or?
No, I'm going to be here to Saturday, so
okay,
I'm going
brilliant.
to see it.
Okay, well, enjoy, and it's been lovely talking to you.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Cheers.